Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today. As above, so below, we're talking about moon energy, that's lunar energy. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, thank you so very, very much for being a part of our platform. Just to those that are E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, Congo, and Paula, whether you're mystic or Ajay, on my platform, I teach universal laws. It doesn't matter what particular tradition you are in, universal laws affect each and every one of us. And when we understand that, and we understand our own chi, our own ashe, our own prana, then we can function and navigate in this life more effectively and get manifestation that actually means something in our life. I want to say, first of all, hello and thank you to my madrina and to my padrino, to my brothers and sisters that are all around these ATRs, especially to those in Christianity that's in the church, that you still practice your ATR, and much love to those that have left the church and don't want nothing to do with the church, but you still practice your ATR. What's up there, Monique 444? Then I got my baby Scorpio. Then I got Jeremy. Salute to thee as well. And what's up there, Miss Williams? How you doing? Is that not my Tasha Foster? Yes, that's my Aquarius from North Carolina. Ache to each and every one of you guys, and thank you so much for being a part of our platform. This is where we come together and as a tribal love for the ATRs, the African diaspora, and we're here to enjoy one another and to learn and to grow. If this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in African tradition. What's up, Mama Susan? How you doing on today, darling? We also, there go my Pisces in the house, Darius in the house. Then I got my Boaz. I put that name to him for a reason. He fits that name. Boaz and my Pisces. And then we got Jeremy says, Apostle, do you work with Osine? I'm glad you brought that up. I was actually talking to my son about actually becoming a priest of Osine, but I do work with Osine. Any of the traditions that work with nature and herbs are working with the energy of Osine. So to say, do I work with it? Absolutely. Am I initiate priest of Osine? I'm not, but that is one of the goals that I am going to do, endeavor to do, I should say. But I'm going to accomplish it. But thank you for asking. I also want to say to each and every one of you guys, if you did not get a chance to go to my TikTok account, I'm doing some changes in the church, so some of y'all gonna see some little surprises before you actually get to the church. But I did do a video giving you a little snippet of what we're gonna be doing in Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and getting ready for the new aspirations that many of us may have. Italy, Milan, what's up there? How you doing? Much love to you, Taurus in the house. We appreciate all Sagittarius. Let me actually go through that before I even get started. First of all, to my Christian buddies, these are the cards that I read from. These are the 72 names of God, technology of the soul. Don't start your shenanigans. And then I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. Now, I'm going to say this. It is Monday, lunar energy, moon energy. My lives are still not for the cheering. On my platform, I teach real magic. I teach you about energy. I teach you about frequency and manifestation. And so therefore, depending on who you are and where you are in this spiritual journey, it will affect you and hit you very differently. Now, and to Jeremy's account, any type of person like me say that they're a root worker, we definitely deal with Osine. We just don't call it Osine. We call it, depending on the culture and the upbringing of working with plants, we say different things. Is that Lydia? Yes, I do. I'm actually getting a lot of my consultation done this week, so I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to also, God, let you know when I'm going to be doing the intermediate class. That's going to be done this week as well. And I'm going to do the advanced class. So some of you guys, I'm going to be sending you out on the passcode if you missed your beginner's class. Oh my God, did y'all miss something? But if you missed your beginner's class, I will send you the passcode for that. And that class is 175, and my advanced classes are on my website, as well as my intermediate. Now I'm going to say this before I get started. This is the live that's going to forever change your outlook when it comes to magic. This is the live that you're listening to somebody been doing magic since I was a child, okay? I'm 50 years old. I am going to share certain things that I have been saying for years, and I want to give you some wisdom of how I navigate from tradition to tradition. I am basically a person that I'm a people person. I don't care if people are racist. I don't care if people got their prejudice. I don't. If you, long as you're not bothering me, offending me, or people I love, I let people be people. As long as you're not interfering in what I'm doing. How you want to live your life is your prerogative. If somebody wants to be an atheist and they don't want to believe in hell or heaven, I'm just not that person that believes in enforcing their way of life on other people. That's just not my thing. But I will get your life off of me if you try to enforce your way of life on me. Now that I will do. I believe in my boundaries, and I only offer solicited advice. I'm not the type of individual because I see something, hear something that I just solicit and I tell you what I think you should do about your life. That is not the person I am. Even if I do not tell my children what to do. I guide them when they ask. Other than that, I don't interfere because if I didn't raise you right, that's on me. All right, what's up there, Monique 444? Yes, hit that like button, please, y'all. Bam, bam, bam. What's up, my Karen O'Brien? She gave me two sets of hearts. I think she loved me a little more than she used to love me. She gave me another. Maybe next time she come in, she had me 3 of them in there. But I take what I can get right now. But later on, I want it all. Now I'm gonna talk about some stuff. Now this is what I want to teach y'all about, why I tell you guys to venerate your ancestors, to know your craft, know your stuff, studying to show yourself approved no matter what tradition you're in, and making sure that you never leave your common sense in the car or up on your wallet or in Titty City. Whether you work with me or not, as spiritual as I am, things should make sense. No matter what I teach, no matter what I exhibit, things should add up eventually. If they do not add up today, they should add up tomorrow. Okay? I don't believe that anybody should follow Chief Apostle Ely blindly. I feel like that you should receive information and then go and study it for yourself to validate whether that is good for you and your ancestors or what you're doing. At the end of the day, it's your soul, it's your asha, it's your chi and your prana, and you got to live with whatever decisions you make, whether you make them through being influenced by other people, places, and things, or you make them out of your own mind and your own heart. That is your prerogative. But at the end of the day, you got to live whatever it is. So I'm encouraging you to make sure that you make as wise and a sound decision, and make sure that you are happy with the reality by which you live in. Other than that, it's on you, boo-boo. All right. My subject tonight is being respectful but resounding. I'm going to say it again. Being respectful but resounding. Now, I'm going to say at my own personal defense, I am a child of the 70s. Okay? I'm a child of the era where you hear no evil, you see no evil. Respect is not earned, it is given. And if you don't give it, you get your ass whooped. So that's just how plain and simple it was. I didn't grow up in an era that my mom and elders cared how I felt about. I was told what to do and how to do it. And if I followed the instruction, I didn't get my ass whooped. If I didn't follow instruction, I got my ass whooped. That's the way I grew up. I don't impress that upon other people, and some of the things I do not impress upon my children. I want to explain something there. What's up, Shamari from Chi-Town? Cancer in the house. Now, what I mean by being respectful, we're going to first understand something. I want to come from Matthew, the 12th chapter, verse 25. Now, to all of my Christian babies and buddies that you've been in ATR, you could be a pastor, you could be an evangelist, you could be a prophet, a prophetess, you could be in the church, you could be a church mother, you could be a usher, or you don't F with the church, period. This gonna still hit. Okay? Now, I'm gonna share something with y'all. Now, you can use this to make life better for you, or you can remain bumping your head against certain things. Now, let me explain first. Matthew 12:25. Verse 25 says this simply. It said, and Jesus, we call him Yahshua, knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Desolation means waste, ruin. Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Okay? Now, we talk about duality, we talk about lunar energy, and why is this important, Apostle Ely? First of all, in the church world, we use the word discernment, right? I want to tell some of you guys whether you want to hear this or not, discernment or discerning of spirits are two different things. But discernment is very important. Having the ability to perceive what is going on is very, very important in these spiritual streets. A lot of you guys, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but the truth always finds a way of offending people. Now, resounding means to leave no doubt, crystal clear. They ain't put that in there, but I'm putting crystal on there. Crystal clear. When you are being respectful, Jesus, Yeshua, was in a situation and people were trying to undermine him and what he was doing. A lot of us say that the Spirit has revealed or we have discernment, but we do not respond correctly. Notice when you have true discernment, when you have true insight, you always respond correctly, because it says very clearly that Jesus knew their thoughts. He knew what was on their mind. Now, Apostle Ely, why are thoughts important? I'm glad you asked when it comes to these spiritual streets. When we understand thoughts, we know that energy, ashe and chi, follows those thoughts. The way a person thinks, they bring those energies into play when it comes down to how they may address you, how they may handle you or respond to you. Okay? A lot of us grew up in the church and we swear to God, we swear to Jesus, we swear to ourselves, and we swear on our mamas that we can see. We claim that we have discernment, but we do not respond correctly to situations and circumstances. Not one time, if you are being guided by spirit, ancestor, Loa, and Kisi, that you should not be on target with the person or the people that you are addressing. I'm going to say it again. If you truly have discernment, you will be like Yahshua in any given situation, responding correctly and getting the appropriate message out in order to get to the recipient that is necessary. Is anybody here? I'm talking to grown people. I want to help you do yourself a favor. If you do not have discernment, ask Spirit to give it to you. Ask ancestor. And once you receive discernment, then you need to be an obedient individual and follow the insight given to you, and then learn how to respond correctly when you are dealing with discernment. Now, some of y'all say you got discernment, but you still friends with people that done got it for you. So I have to believe you can't see. I have to believe that you don't have insight. I have to believe because you're not responding. See, when I know you're a snake, I feed you with a long handled spoon. If I know that you're a liar, I take your words with a grain of salt. See, nobody, when you have discernment, you have the antidote. I want to talk to grown people on today. Huh? If I'm laying with a trashy hoe, I'm going to use a condom. I'm not going to be sitting here claiming to have discernment or insight and then respond incorrectly to a person, a place, or a thing. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because until you stop being delusional, with lunar energy, if you have too much lunar energy, you can become a lunatic, or you become a heretic, or you become crazy in the mind, crazy in the emotion, and you're not discerning. You're now being delusional. There's no way that if you had or operate, I don't care if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo. This is what I ask people. If you have discernment, and you say that God said He is with me and God moving through me, and I say something you don't like, that means you don't like what God said, because you just got through saying that God revealed to you that I'm a man of God and God is using me by His Spirit. And immediately once I say something you are offended by, all of a sudden I'm no longer a man of God. You understand? That ain't discernment. That's picking and choosing. We call it cherry picking. Okay? If you are resonating with something, if you are applying yourself to something, it is important as a grown man or woman, especially some of the things that some of us are too old to be making the same mistake, because sometimes it's just the experience alone that gives you discernment. This is when old people say, I already know what you're doing before you start. I already know where you're headed before you get going. Because they done been there, done that, and got the t-shirt and the plaque. You understand? I don't understand how we get to a certain age, and it don't matter what we doing, that you don't have a certain level of discernment or insight and understand the mindset or the thoughts of somebody. And now you think because of how you're going to change up the game that you're going to make people think something different. Somebody could sleep with you and still think you no good. Somebody can get a ride with you and still think you no good. Somebody can get you to pay their mortgage or their rent and still think you no good. Somebody can have your baby and still think you no good. Somebody, I want to talk to grown people. Somewhere you have to acknowledge that you're a lunatic. You don't have discernment. Because only crazy people do the stuff we do and claim to believe that God showed it to us. How did God show you something, or spirit or ancestor, and then you as a grown man or woman continue to be defeated by it? At no time when Jesus, Yahshua, knew their thoughts did they ever get him. Why you getting got? So let's talk about it. Pastor Ely, what's going on? I'm so glad you asked. Let me explain something, y'all. A lot of times, because of my respectable demeanor, a lot of people get confused about me being respectful and resounding, as though because I didn't say nothing, I didn't see nothing. I'm going to say that again. Some people believe that because I didn't say anything, that I didn't see anything. When I'm being respectful, that means that I know that this is not my house, this is your house. I know this is not my car, because I can always excuse myself from your house, your car. That is the most respectful thing that I can do when I disagree or I do not like the way I am being dealt with or handled. Okay? That's not me abandoning ship. That is me removing myself from something that is going to cause me to get disrespectful. Okay? Because I live in duality. You understand? I believe in blessing and cursing. I believe in healing and killing. I believe in up and a down. I believe in hot and a cold. And I believe that I can be respectful and I can also be disrespectful. Same energy, same frequency, same vibration in my world. You understand? I'm just being honest. You understand? I'm just being honest. Okay? So when it comes down to spirituality, a lot of times, a lot of people do not value people that are respectful, because they don't see us as being insightful. Jesus, Yahshua, knew their thoughts. They were coming messing with. See, this is what y'all don't understand about Apostle Ely. And this is what I do on my job. This is what I do on my job. This is what I do in business. So I'm sharing this with you because it's personal to me. One thing that I strive to do is to do my job. When I'm at work, I'm there to work. I can know that I'm dealing with racist people. I can know I'm dealing with people that stay in other people's business. Like on my job, I got all types of personalities on my job. I have very little conflict with people. And I'm explaining why. First of all, I mind my business and I do my job. First of all, if you're going to be on this spiritual journey, you need to live your life where you eliminate a reason for a person to have a problem with you. I'm going to say that real slow. If you get up every morning and do your part, you are eliminating a lot of issues. What a lot of us do, if you're in a situation, I'm just saying on a job or a relationship, and the reason why you don't have resounding results like some of us is because you don't leave room, you leave room for doubt. In other words, if you already showing up for work late, you already robbing the clock. You understand? You already stealing the paper towel. It is very hard to plead racism or unfairness when you first yourself, you are not up to par. See, one thing that I strive to do is I strive, no matter what I do, how I do it, I go and do what I'm supposed to do. So if somebody is operating in some form of prejudice, if somebody is being unfair or somebody is being unreasonable, it is easy for me to identify, a spot, and address. Oh, come on here, somebody, huh? See, when you're not doing your job and you're not doing what you're supposed to do in a situation, you cannot go into a situation being resounding. Respectful is doing what you're supposed to do, because you got to first respect yourself before you demand anybody to respect you. This is what we as a melanated people have a problem with. We want everybody else to respect us for who we are as a melanated people, but you don't respect your own melanin. You don't respect the melanin that resides in another man or woman. See, first of all, when I go and do something and somebody says something, my mom told me she's a Virgo. She said, if it's true, then you need to make corrections. If it's false, ain't nothing you can do about it. See, I'm a respectable person. Does not mean that I do not understand that you are being disrespectful. Now, when I was younger, I'm 50. I hit first and ask questions later. That's spiritually and naturally. But as you get older and you want to strive. Now, the test that I have passed in my 40s and 50s, I would never pass them tests in my 20s and my 30s. The thing that y'all, oh my God, Pastor, you are so graceful. This, that. Baby, let me tell y'all something. I grew up a lot. The things that I could have saw that and knew. I could be just like Jesus. I could know your thoughts and I'm going to whoop your ass. What was in your head going to be on your ass. That's how I would have handled that. You understand? That's spiritually or naturally or both. It didn't matter with me. You understand? When I discern that you being slick, I go ahead on handle business. You understand? I was that individual. I'm very confrontational. And so therefore, as you get older, you become wiser and you start trying to eliminate issues or eliminate reasons why people can have issues with me. And one thing that I do is, when I'm doing it, I pay my weight. Especially when I know that there are certain people that got issues with me. I'm going to tell you some of y'all know that the mother-in-law don't already like you. But you going to not go home and clean your house. You're not going home and take care of business like you're supposed to as a wife. And or if you're in a straight relationship or gay, it don't matter to me. But the point is, the idea that you already know the thoughts of the other family and you're going to give them something to justify whatever issues they got with you. That ain't no wisdom. And that's not respecting yourself. Because you should have never got involved in that situation if you did not want that relationship. You should never join that job if you did not want that relationship. So being respectable is starting with self first. You understand? So if I don't want people out here saying I'm doing bad business, I need to be a respectable businessman. If I want people to believe in what I'm doing, I got to first respect what I'm doing myself. Some of y'all think charity starts over there and then it come back home. No, it starts at home, then it spreads abroad. Now, I'm going to tell you what I do in given situations. So this is the why I move this, because I show respect, because I want respect. So, give you an example. I was visiting another church. I already knew the pastor didn't like me, but I was there for my son and my baby mama. So I'm at this church that I already know the situation, right? So they were trying to find, so I always carried myself in a way that I gave them no room. I already know you don't like me, but I'm coming here to do worship the Lord and treat my loved ones, and that's why I'm here, okay? So I sit in the midst. So all of a sudden the nitpicking started. Y'all listen what I did. First of all, I addressed the head of the ministry. I said, you better get your member. I said, you better straighten them, because you're not going to like how I straighten them. As a respectable man, I always start with those in authority. I give them an opportunity to correct their own house. I don't care if I'm in a coven. I don't care if I'm an elay. I don't care if I'm on a job. I don't care if I'm in the park. I'm going to give the owner, I'm going to give the person in charge. I'm going to step to her husband first. I don't care if she do run the house. But I'm going to check to him like, you better check your wife before I check her. Okay, because it's gonna be a check maker if I do it. You better check your husband, huh? You better talk to your booty partner before I bust his ass. You understand? He not gonna like it. He not gonna like the way I bust his ass. He might enjoy how you bust his ass, but he don't like how I bust it. You understand? So I always, as a respectable man, I always go to the parent or the authority figure so they have the opportunity to correct, because that's what I would want somebody to do. I don't want you to address my child. I want you to address me first and give me an opportunity to address my child. I don't want you to address my loved one or my member, so therefore come to me and I will go. I always give people that in authority an opportunity to correct what's in their house. Booty party. Yes, up, baby. What's up, cupcakes? You know what I'm saying? Apostle, just being real with you. A part of being respectable, it has nothing to do with you can't handle your business. I am more than capable of defending myself. I am more capable of speaking for myself. I am more than capable of addressing issues and circumstances. Now that Minister Mario, son of Achosi, is not physically here with me, I am on lockdown. So I tolerate even less. I had somebody watching my back like that, and so therefore he is not physically there. He don't ride with me, so therefore certain things that I was loose with, I done tighten that thing up. Some of y'all need to go and do the same thing downstairs. Go ahead on. If you can't tighten it with vinegar or alum, then get you some stitches, baby. However, get it tight. Make it right. So when it comes down to, some of y'all men need to go ahead and stitch that thing up so you can keep you some money coming in. So my point is, it is so important in order for you to function in life that you should know the protocols. You should have an understanding of the rules and regulations, not only for your life, but the people you engage with. Because this keeps down problems. Now, I'm a type of person, if I told you and gave you an opportunity to address something, I'm not coming back to you again. Because I don't believe in repeating myself. Because that's what I mean resounding. I make it clear that that is a problem. I begin to explain my personality. I explain how I was raised. I'm not doing that for me. I'm doing that for you, because I don't want, when I decide to handle the situation, I'm not going to care at that point, because I've given everybody a chance to make the necessary adjustments. Because I am not coming to cause a problem. I am not coming. That's why I pay my way. I do what I'm supposed to do. And normally, if you follow me, if you go anywhere with me, I stay in the cut. I don't be in people's face. I know what I'm saying? I talk to who talk to me. I deal with who deal with me. Especially if you are in position where there's language barriers, there's you're in a place where there's very obvious cliques going on. It is good to stay to yourself. It is good to say very little. It is good to keep your opinion, because sometimes people need you to say certain things, even though you may not have meant anything by it, but they need something to go back and to start something because they already got a problem with you being there. What I do is I try to eliminate any reason for people to bother me on my job. I try to eliminate any reason for somebody to bother me in my spiritual walk. A lot of you guys say that you know the thoughts you could discern, but when you look at your life and you look at how you face stuff, it is impossible for you to know, because if God is revealing you the thoughts, then what did he tell you to do about it? That same God that revealed to you how they think, did that not same God or goddess guide you on how to respond to that situation? This is the thing what y'all understand about me. I know, I always tell my kids, stay on your turf. When you're on the land that I pay taxes on, you have certain advantages. When you as a spiritual person, you're sojourning and you journey to other places, and you're not the authority figure, you ain't on the deed, you ain't on the lease, you need to consider this stuff. I don't care how spiritual you think you is, huh? Moses knew that when he came back, he was coming into Pharaoh's kingdom. Some of y'all act like you don't know this ain't your house. Some of y'all don't act like you don't know this ain't your covenant, huh? You at a Beyonce concert talking about Rihanna, and you shocked at you not even being respectful. Because how is it that you gonna come to a concert that is clearly about Beyonce and talking about somebody? Some of y'all cause problems because you clearly know that this person has a problem with certain things, and that's the very thing that you bring up. That's wrong. You're not being respectful, and you're not being resounding. I want to teach y'all how I navigate when it comes to people, places, and things. I'm still going to be myself, but I'm going to recognize when I read a situation or I see that, I wrote down here, know their thoughts. If you are not spiritual, but trying to walk a spiritual journey, it's going to be hard for you. You cannot pretend to have discernment. You need to have it. I don't care if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo. And if spirit is telling you something about a person, place, or thing, then they also should be telling you what to do about that person, place, or thing. Huh? And everything doesn't have to be in conflict. But if conflict comes, you got to know how to handle yourself. You understand? And you also got to know whether you are outnumbered. Because there's certain people, certain types of people. I teach my children this. Latin people run in packs. Haitian people run in packs. Jamaican people run in packs. When you see that you're dealing with people, but they are all connected, like when I grew up, pretty much everything on the road was family. Very few people lived on the road that I grew up at. My grandma owned a lot of property, so very few people that were on that road were not family, okay? So you can get your ass whooped on either side of the road. Somebody talking about what you doing on this side of the road. Any side of that road, you could get a bloodline ass whooping. You understand? So sometimes a part of discernment is knowing that, you know what, I'm in the wrong neighborhood to be conducting myself in such a manner. Some of y'all lack raising. Some of y'all lack tutelage. Some of y'all lack self-awareness. Even when I went into orgies, I always stayed at the wall. Huh? I make sure my back is even. I taught my children how to operate in clubs. I'm not a club fan. I don't really go to clubs. I done been to clubs, but I'm just not a club. When you in environments where stuff can pop off, you need to have an escape route. You need to know. You got to know. I remember. Give y'all an example. I was in a situation. I was staying with my in-laws, and she had said she was gonna hit me physically, and I told her, if you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. I said that resounding. I was very clear. There was no doubt in her mind after I looked. I want her to look at the windows. I ain't have glasses on. Look in my eyes, because I want you to look in my soul. I am telling you, you might have hit her other boyfriend or baby daddy, but if you hit me, ma'am, I am going to hit you back. Now, I don't believe in hitting no women, but you put your hand. I said the last ass whooping I got that from my mama. And I said I got daddy issues. I don't have mother issues. My mother raised me. We don't see eye to eye about this thing called life. But it is not because I am the way always back against the wall and I want to see I know that's right, Jay. That's my coworker. A lot of you guys do not know how, no matter what life you in. So I'm sitting there, she talking about she gonna hit me. So I'm telling you what I did. Once, because I said to myself, I was talking to myself. Even though I was talking to her, I was talking to myself. I said, if she hit me, I'm going to kill everything in this house. Because there's no way that they're going to let me hit their mama, because she had other brothers, and they just going, I don't, even if their mama wrong. I had enough wisdom to know, because some of y'all feel like if I'm in the right, it going to make it all right. I'm going to say it again. Because if I'm in the right, it going to make it all right. People don't, average person don't care if their mother or their father, their loved ones is in the wrong. They're still, they don't care if they're pastor in the wrong. They don't care if they're tata in the wrong. They don't care if they're mumbo in the wrong or they're hookah in the wrong. What you gonna do? So I had already made my mind. I already knew how I was gonna get down to the road. I said, I looked in the kitchen. I said, I'm gonna kill everything in here, and I'm gonna call my mama. Cause I'm about three and a half hours, almost 4 hours away from my family. So I'm in an area, ain't got no family. I'm in an area that my family is almost 4 hours away. So I got to make a decision. We didn't end up going that far, but I'm trying to tell you how far I had done got in my mind. I had gotten that far in that conversation. She didn't even know that I was willing to kill everything in her house by her threatening me. Some of y'all don't realize how some of us think. Some of you talking to people and you getting slick at the mouth, and we already got your body going pushing in the water. Up on the, we don't. You ain't even finished what you saying because you don't know who you dealing with. I want to teach y'all something about respect, because I think that people that live a respectful life is a lot of time undermined as though we are something to play with. Just because I respect you and say yes sir, no sir, doesn't mean that I am any less than a man. Just because I honor you as a man, whether you gay, straight, or bi, because I respect the fact that that's your car, or if I bump into you, I say excuse me, has nothing to do with me having fear of you. Because I address you because you're the owner of this property, or you're the owner of this business, has nothing to do with I can't afford to buy or purchase what. I am a respectable person because I want to treat people like I want to be treated. And sometimes some of you guys think that being respectful make you weak, and it really doesn't. What it does is make it clear when somebody step out of line that you have every right to get on that ass. You understand? Or that shoulder or that neck. You understand? I don't play games with people. I don't talk to people crazy because I don't want people talking crazy to me. I don't go and use people because I don't want people using me. Is anybody hearing me, huh? When being respectable, I don't blur the line. See, some of y'all live a life where you can blur the line, where people can step out of line with you and you can't really figure out. See, I leave no room. When I see you over here, I know what you're here for. Because I don't play games like that. I excuse myself from environments where there can be no confusion. Huh? See, once I'm on your soil, I'm going to consider that this is your, and so if I got a problem, I'm going to address it there. But once I step on the road, because the road itself is owned by the county, where we pay taxes. So at that point, I have a right to be on the road. I might not have a right to be on your property, but I got a right. See, being respectful is understanding boundaries. Not only your boundary, but other people's boundaries. And what other people have a right to do in their space. If I'm a person, I don't want nobody to have smoke on me, huh? Now, my kids were around. My kids are here. So I think one of I can't remember Josh or Trey, but one of them ended up dropping some food on the floor. Because I know how I get down sexually. So I dropped it on the couch or something. If I was you, I wouldn't eat that. I'm a clean man, but I would throw that out. Because I enjoy it's my house. I enjoy it's my furniture. That's just telling you. You understand? I'm going to get the most out of any instrument. Or if you drop your pancakes on my counter, I would just go get you another pancake. I'm just here to tell you. You understand? Because you don't know what I done on that counter. You understand? Because it's my house. I ride it the way I do it. You understand? I'm just being honest with you. That's being respectable. I was respectable enough to let you know that I don't think that's safe for you to be eating that pancake after it hit that floor. You understand? I'm just saying. That's the best I can do for you. Don't drop. Don't. If your French fry drop on my back seat or my front seat, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Don't pick that up. Don't do that. Being respectable is respecting boundaries. A lot of y'all have problems because you want your boundaries to be respected, but you don't want to respect other people's boundaries. And it's about giving a person an opportunity to say, hey, you know what? I didn't mean that. Because people that are respectful, they're going to automatically let you know. So you know what? Oh, I bumped you. That's why you ain't had to turn around and tell me, excuse me. You understand? Because I know I bumped you. And there are things that happen where you don't know. You may not have known you did something. And that's easy. But if you live your life in such a way that people can't tell whether you're being respectful or not, like Tupac said, we appreciate it. Yes, I love my children. I got to tell you, don't do that, baby. Don't do that. I know you. All right. So, why discernment is important? Why being respectful is important? Because it makes it very clear of the intention of an individual or individuals. You understand? I don't personally believe, I don't personally believe in blurring lines. That's me. I don't tell people I live their life. I want it clear. I'm also a person that I like to have a witness. because I don't like to be lied on or lied to. And because a lot of times when you are having a conversation with people that their word is not their bond, you're going to find yourself end up in disrespectful situation. Okay? All I'm not telling you, when it comes to real magic, energy follows thought. When you cannot discern how somebody thinks, then you need to watch the fruit that they bear. If you are not a real seer, you're not developed in your discernment, then I advise you, whether you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Apollo, that never fails. People fruit tell you everything you need to know about the tree. If you can't see, you don't see spirits, you don't see energy, then you watch the fruit that they bear. If there's always confusion around them, that's a confusion maker. Huh? If people always calling them a lot, watch the fruit. Okay. But if you have discernment, then you should be able to effectively respond to any given situation, because you say that the spirit, the Loa, the Nkisi, the Congo spirit, the ancestor, whatever it is that's speaking to you, they also reveal to you what is being said about you, also tells you how to handle that situation. Those go hand in hand, sir and man. We grown. There's no way a deity or spirit is going to tell you about what somebody, and that makes your spirit or your deity a tattletale. Huh? Don't come and tell me about Sister Shirley if you ain't going to tell me what to do about Sister Shirley. You understand? Don't come in telling me about Tata nobody if you ain't going to tell me how to resolve that issue. So I can walk, because at the end of the day, I try to live at peace with all men. But if you a peace breaker, you going to get a piece in your ass. You understand? That's just that simple with Apostle Ely. I'm not out here trying to, I don't threat people. No. That's why I live a respectful life, because there are very few things that people could say about me. Huh? I don't do stuff any kind of way. My grandma always told, and what you do is how you do it. Some of y'all don't value being respectful. That's why a lot of people, there's people out here that actually do not like me as an individual, but they respect me because of how I carry myself. I'm going to say that again. There are people that do not like me. They don't like me. I'm loud. I'm too much whatever for them. They don't like it. But they got a respect for me because of how I carry myself. Because I'm not being loud in your space. I'm being loud in my space. I don't go in somebody else's live. I don't go in somebody else's house. When I go to other people's space, if you talk any of my madrinas or my padrinos, unless I'm asked to exercise my gift, and sometimes I don't. I've been told, oh, let the spirit use you. I done been in misas. I don't exercise my gifts in other people's atmosphere. Very seldom I'm talking about very seldom do I demonstrate my powers, my spirits, my manifestation. I don't do it. Because normally it causes conflict. And what I do is I respect the people that operate now. Now, if you tell me to do something, I do that and I stop right there. Huh? If I'm in your house and you don't tell me to prophesy, you tell me to raise an offering. I'm a respectable person. But as long as you don't, now that doesn't mean that if you do something to me, I won't prophesy against your ass. Understand? Or get that. Don't get none of that to it. Because I'm a respectable person does not mean that I don't know how to defend myself. Because some people done got that twisted. When you are here in this spiritual journey, and you wonder why I keep telling you about your ancestors, because they're going to help your discernment. They're going to give you insight, whether through a dream, or speaking to you, or give you some type of feeling, a gut feeling, or whatever it is that is going to bring you to an awareness that something is wrong. All I'm saying, at some age of your grown life, you need to move differently if you are being informed of the ideas, the thoughts, or the intention, or the mindset of certain people. Let me explain something to you. You're not going to go far somewhere where people got a problem with you. You're going to find yourself in conflict. And if you find yourself in that, make sure that you are not the person that is giving them room to hide behind their personal dislikes about you, or their prejudice about you, or good evening, Wilhelmina. What's up there, sweetheart? Gemini in the house. One thing that I try to do when it comes to finances, I try to be straight up with people. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of y'all that get in spiritual practices and you want to own your business, always be upfront when it comes to money. I learned this from home, but I'm going to share this with you. A lot of you guys from day one is asking for problems because you do not set and you don't make it clear how you are about money and about your money. Certain people laugh at the stuff that I say, but I set the boundaries because I don't want no confusion. I ask people, what are you doing this for? I need it to be clear. I had a young lady, I said, listen, I can't give you nothing but inches. I can't give you no money. I got my kids. I was the type of man, I was straight up, listen, if you deal with me, you got to give me some free ass. I'm going to make it worth your while, but I can't give you none of my money because I can't take care of you and my children. You mentioned so used to try. Well, okay. That was a weird statement. When it comes down to spirituality, comes down to conjure, clarity is a protection to anybody, no matter what you practice, no matter where you at, it is there for you. So I was the type of person, because then at that point, there's no room for confusion. When I get paid on Friday, she not look. Now, don't mean I'm stingy, that I don't entreat people, I don't know how to date or romance. Ain't none of that. I'm talking about I ain't fit to be paying no bills. Trey getting my money, Josh getting my money, and Elijah getting my money. I got 3 kids, and I don't never know when they might need something. And they might call me at the spur of the moment. I don't like that either. I tell them, give me, if you know you got something done, let me know 2 weeks in ahead. But my point is, that's how I'm clear with it, and it comes down to resources. As a spiritual practitioner, always be clear. Some of y'all believe in being po-mouth because you go in there pretending you ain't got no money. You got money for what you got money for. And you spend your money on what you value as an important to you. Okay? I don't let people play with my time. I don't let people play with my money. And I don't let people play with my Johnson unless I'm sitting there watching. You understand? So my thing to you, sir and ma'am, is that if you have discernment, respond correctly. If you do not have proper discernment, then you need to watch the fruit that people bear and understand there are certain languages, there are certain words that people say to you or around you that lets you know how they think. People that got a problem with how I conduct myself, they say, do you have to be that loud? Either turn your damn TV down or kick bricks. This is why I try to encourage people. They don't particularly like how I may talk. Then you can find you another person, because I'm not here to be something I'm not. I'm here to help people that resonate with me, that understand how to deal with ancestors, how to deal with Loas, how to deal with Nkisi, how to deal with the energy. I just do not believe, this is my personal belief, this is not the project, no, I don't believe that a lot of people have discernment, because if you watch how they respond to situations and circumstances, they should be victorious. If you know that somebody is against you and God has revealed certain things to you, then you have the upper hand. That's like you having the playbook if you playing a sport. How you lose when you got their playbook? How you not get up on them and you got the playbook? That means that some spirit has come to you, revealed to you what time it is, and so therefore you have the advantage of time and information on your side. Make it make sense. Absolutely. Listen to what they say, and what they don't say will tell you what's really in their heart. That's right. And let me tell y'all something. Most people cannot hang around you that long without telling you or indicating how they feel about you. I had a friend of mine. His wife did not like me. And I was cool with that. I was his friend, not hers. Some of y'all don't understand that. So I was doing a fashion show in the park, and one of the dresses that one of my members, he was a designer, he had designed this very see-through dress, and the girl, like, models don't wear panties, okay? So real models. So she's dressed in there. So the panel got preachers on there. So they told her, she had finished her walk, the preacher asked her to turn back around and do it again. I'm talking about the preacher saying this. So when I'm coming down from the stage, my best friend's wife is there, and she says to me, nobody came out here for all of that. My response to her was this: you don't like me anyway. I didn't respond to what she was saying about the program because it had nothing. You had a problem with me, and so therefore, because I'm friends with your husband, you feel like you have some kind of leverage to talk to me that way. Bitch, please. You understand? Some of y'all don't understand me being respectful. Because if that wasn't my best friend, I would have said something totally different. I would have read her for filth. But because that was my best friend, I addressed him for his wife. You know what I'm saying? And she kept on till she eventually calls, he chose his wife, and he's supposed to choose his wife. That's his wife. Don't bother me. Now you can't be my best friend or my friend at all. But my point is, I don't mess with people. Once I see how you move, once I see how you think, it lets me know how I need to move. This is why I tell y'all, you need to know your energy. I know I'm a Sagittarius. I know my moon is in Aries. I know my rising sign Pisces. That ain't gonna change. Don't care what I practice. Some of y'all don't read people. Your cards, your Pele's, you don't know how to bring peace. And I'm not, let me tell y'all something. I had my wife's grandmother said this. And this is what some of y'all mad with Apostle Ely. And she said, I like the way she said it. I had some other analogy, but I like what she said. She said, you're not going to piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Some of y'all want people to accept what you say it is. So you don't look or sound a certain type of way. I know what it is. I know what happened, and I'm going to deal with it accordingly. I don't let people tell, once spirit has revealed something to me, or once my egoons or my ancestors or my saints or whoever come and reveal whatever to me, it is what it is. You can't sit down and talk me out of what I know. You can't sit me down and converse with me and show me a different version of what has already been revealed to me. I know what it is. I know why and that's why I personally try to encourage many of you. If you're in an environment that don't like melanated people, let me tell y'all something. Discernment, Monique Fofo, Apostle Ely for reading, love and sensitive. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Monique. She made some correction on that, so if you guys want me to do instant burn, but this is really important. You can take this however you want to. I'm just trying to help. If you melanated and African American, you need discernment. I ain't saying no other about you. If you are melanated, African American, and gay or bi, you need discernment. Because you need to know how to navigate, and you need to know how to follow go with people. And you got to know the difference between somebody tolerating you to utilize you and benefit from you and gonna throw you away like a dirty rag. Guess what? I don't mind of us both of us getting dirty when it's mutual. But you're not gonna use me and get me dirty and benefit for what you want me to get dirty for, and then turn around and throw me away because you got certain issues. Some people got issue with the type of spirits I got. Some people got issue with my anointing. Some people got issue with my level of prosperity. Some people have an issue of how people favor me and love on me. At the end of the day, I still need to be able to read how people, and so when I get around those type of people, I know how to navigate. If you want me to burn incense for you tonight, you want me to read for you tonight, I will do that. But what I want you to do is take this wisdom that I'm trying to give you. You ain't got to be initiated. You ain't got to be consecrated. You ain't got to be sanctified. You just get some of this wisdom, get you some insight. And when you're interacting with people, if you cannot read their thoughts, don't lie and say you can, because you shouldn't be hitting and missing. But if you can't, watch the fruit that falls from that tree. And based off of that fruit, you should know how to handle yourself. Now, that's the best advice I can give you, because let me tell y'all something. There's stuff going on in these ATRs. Some of y'all running from the church and you going to the ATR. Some of this stuff is more sinister than stuff is in the church. This is why TLC said this song. Stick to the rivers and the lakes you used to. Because you know what's in them water. Some of y'all out here blind as a bat. You ain't got no real friends. You ain't got no real people that got your best interest at heart. And 9 times out of 10, you ain't going to know that you done been duped, had, and tried until many moons later. Just telling you. I have a vested interest in informing the public of melanated world how a TIE is out here. But I also can tell you how to pay your way, do right by people as much as you can, be very clear about your standards, what you're looking for, and your intent. And that is not for them, that's respecting yourself. When people say they looking for more out of me than they want a relationship out of me, I stop. Because that ain't gonna happen. Huh? I'm part-time booty. And I'm part-time when I want to be part-time. And I'm bothered when I want to be part-time. I am leased. I know, I ain't even leased. What that thing is, freelancing. Listen, I'm 50 years old, y'all. I'm in a position in my life, I do what I want to do. When I don't, I just don't. That's right. Please, y'all, hit that like button. Let's make them mad tonight. If you are out here and you don't really understand on a Monday what I'm saying, I realize that some of you guys don't want truth. I get that. The reason I say I get that because I'm respectful. You have a right to live a lie. Huh? Don't mean I believe what you're saying. Is that you have a right to say whatever you want out your mouth. You just don't have a right to impose that on my life. You have a right to pray any kind of prayer you want to pray, do a kind of ceremony you want to do any kind of conjure you want to. As long as it ain't affecting me, I can respect how you want to get down. I can really do that. But what I want y'all to know, being respectful has nothing to do with ignorance. I am letting people know. So once I go there, I'm going to do me. And I'm not going to have no regrets. Stay off of other people's territory that don't like you. I'm going to say it again. If you get any gut feeling that somebody does not like, stay off their territory. That's even if it's me. I can't be no more fair. You feel like I don't like you, I tell people all the time, you ain't got to like me to be in my church. But if you feel like that, because eventually because you feel like I don't like you, you're gonna take something I say the wrong way, and then you're gonna do something, and then we got an issue, and I'm trying to resolve it, but you think I'm trying to do it that way because I don't like you, and you keep that up, I'm not gonna like you. But sometimes when people have perceived fake discernment, pretending discernment, when you just think that I'm talking that way because it's you, when this is my personality and how I conduct myself, that's a you problem. I hope this makes sense, and I hope that some of you guys, I did it again. I walked right out without my I left it in the room. Let me tell y'all something. It is so important that you be respectful of the craft. That's why nobody can come and tell me, especially my older boys, that my kids are disrespectful. They're not. Don't mean they can't get disrespectful. My kids ain't gonna walk in somebody's botanical. My kids ain't gonna walk in somebody's spiritual place because their dad is who it is and start disrespecting or messing with them people's stuff. My kids not gonna do that. So, but if somebody try to mess with my children, that's why I go for that, because I taught my children how to be respectful. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with people. It doesn't mean you have to jail with people. It doesn't matter mean you have to support people. It means that everybody has a right to do how they do. But once that person crossed that line, then you can clearly see the reason why they're doing what they're doing. All I'm telling you, some of y'all are double-minded and you straddle the fence. Some of y'all so chased between your legs and it ain't because you had a good time. Because you double-minded, you wishy-washy, and you always blur the line. But that's a dangerous place. Especially all of you that like to burn candles on both ends. Baby, that's going to get you hurt eventually. I don't do that. I don't pretend to be people's friends. I don't pretend to actually like people. If I don't like you, I tell your ass up front. If I'm going to work for you, I'll tell you up front. If I ain't going to work for you, I try to be very upfront with people because I don't believe in blurring the line. And some of y'all like to use that word love to everybody. I do. You will not catch me telling you that I love everybody, because I don't. I'm a people person. Don't mean I love everybody. That's a person. That ain't the truth. I don't. I would never blur the line. Because who I love, Who I like. Who I think is cool. Who I mess around. Who I don't fuck around with, I just don't fuck around with them. You understand? That's just me being honest. But some of y'all be, with all this, we family, and y'all be blurring them lines, and then y'all be doing stuff that family shouldn't be doing. Like, I don't play them kind of games. I don't want no confusion. When I step up here, I'm for you. If I step up, you already know I'm your enemy, so let's go ahead and handle this. You understand? I don't talk behind people back. I don't do none of that shady stuff. And I know it's out there, but I'm telling you why I don't do it. Because I respect myself. Because if I got a problem, I'll let you know. I'll give you opportunity to correct me. You don't correct it, I correct it myself. That's just how I roll. Huh? And I'm gonna correct it on my turf and my advantages and where I rule. I don't go in somebody else's church trying to be an apostle. I don't go in somebody else's church trying to be a prophet. I don't go somewhere somebody else got life. I don't do, like some of y'all feel like because you got a gift or a talent or ability, or because you're a man or a woman. I don't do that. Huh? And if I do a threesome, now I can't do threesome. So a 3.5 or a 4, I was invited into that. I don't enforce I'm telling y'all, stop going out to interject in your situation, and circumstance. I don't do that. I don't blur no lines. Be clear. Be clear with people what you're looking for, so there ain't no misunderstanding. Because a lot of times we mess up relationship because certain things ain't clear. And be resounding. Like Nancy Pelosi said when she wanted Donald Trump to lose the election, she said, I want it to be a resounding result. So vote. When I do stuff and I do conjure, I want it resound. I want it clear that it was the mighty hand of the Lord. I needed this teaching on today. I know that's right, Bo. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to share as much stuff that I can in my experiences and my journeys. And some of y'all, no matter what I say, you're going to go out there. And let me tell y'all something. When you make it blurry, where people can't really figure out why you doing what you're doing or where you coming from, and things get messy, remember, you added to that because you had an opportunity to be very clear where you stand, what you're looking for, and what you're not looking for. I don't play games with people. I don't play games with their time, their money, or their... Whatever grown people do, that's what we doing. And we are very clear about what we doing. All right? I hope this helped. I got my... Hold on, y'all. Did anybody send anything? So I don't want to get up if I don't have to. I don't know if anybody wanted me to burn incense for you tonight or do a reading or whatever. Okay. Hey, where the so-called conjurers in the Bible that pose as priests, specifically so-called wise men. Yep. Conjure, the Bible's a book of sorcery. And all sorcery is that you are the source of the energy. People make it so complicated because so busy trying to make it off there. Okay, thank you so much, sweetheart. Now I want to say thank you, please, sir, man, at the very least tonight, if you do not mind hitting that like button and commenting on this video. If you have not got the opportunity to go to my TikTok account, I want some of y'all to go and look at how driven I am for us to get victory in Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. If you're going to be a part of my elay, you're going to be a part. Yeah, I did. I took care of everything. I took care of your instant, Keish. I want to say, take care of your ancestors because they're going to help you discern what is really going on. And if you want us to believe that your ancestors are smart, make sure you move wisely. Some of y'all, I told people even in the church where I said, you look like you say Jesus told you that. I said, you make Jesus look like he need a check. That's stupid. That what you doing is not going to give you victory. Because some of y'all like to say the Lord told you to do certain things or the Spirit told you to do certain. Don't make your ancestors look like they ain't got good sense. Because we should see the wisdom out of how you move if you are really being guided by the ancestors or the Loas and Keys. Because it's too many of y'all grew up in the church and y'all believe in faking it to make it. Putting on. I don't believe in that. I don't ascribe to that. I don't teach it. It is what it is, okay? So thank you so much. Much love to each and every one of you guys. At this point, I'm going to give me something to eat. Well, I got some eating. Go and eat and enjoy me a movie and get ready to go to work tomorrow. Love y'all. Thank you for your support once again. Thank you for all of you that have been supporting Minister Mario, son of Ochosi, Crown. And thank you so much for the cash app that some of you guys have sent to help his daughter, Chloe. She's 15. We appreciate you. I want you to know that I appreciate what you have done from the time that you started supporting us. Some of you guys have been just really troopers and supportive, and I do not want to not acknowledge your support and hand in what I do for Apostolic and on this platform. Because keeping it real costs money. Being honest and being direct, it costs money. Because when people get mad with the truth, they pocket and their wallet, and even Titty City get mad. And some of y'all don't want no money out your Titty City because they dry and they need lotion on them anyway. You understand? So what? God bless you.